What's up, Snarf Gang? It's your boy Snarf Bounty, and today I'm gonna be reviewing Doom Patrol by Gerard Way and Nick Dennington. This is the Young Animal run of Doom Patrol, and I got this a while ago, but with a lot of my stuff in my collection, it takes me a while to get around to it. But I recently finished the Doom Patrol show on HBO Max, and it was pretty good, even though there were some things I didn't like about it, but made me want to read this, so I did, and it was pretty good. But let me tell you something about Doom Patrol while I take off this dust jacket so you can look at it. It has a very wacky writing style. If you're not into characters getting out of a situation because of what seems like kind of random bullshit, you probably won't like this series. It's not really meant to be taken super seriously. In my opinion, it's more of a very character-driven series. The actual plot point that's going on in the background is usually just it's usually really wacky, and it's more just meant to add flavor to the series. It's actually quite a character-driven series. Here we have our main characters on the front. I'm just gonna go to the back because you can see their headshots. That is Casey Brink, Larry Trainer, Jane, Flex Mentallo, and Cliff Steele. They're basically the Doom Patrol. And they each have their own special powers and lore and stuff, but she can use electricity. He has a spirit that possesses his body that comes out to fight crime and shit every now and then. She has multiple personality disorder, and each personality has a different superpower. This guy's just super buff, and he can flex his muscles to have various random effects. Different muscle, if I flex my bicep, it'll make a hot dog appear or something random. But he has a different power for each set of muscles he flexes, and he can combine them and stuff to do different things. I'm not entirely sure how it works because he's also known as the Muscle Man of Mystery. But yeah, and this guy is Cliff Steele. He is a guy that was in a car crash and his brain was put into a robot. So they're kind of known as the X-Men of DC almost, but not nearly as influential. More so just a misfit team per se that's rejected from society because of their weirdness rather than because of any sort of loose racial double meaning like the X-Men, meant to be a metaphor for segregation or something. Anyway, I'm honestly gonna have to give this art-wise, a 6.5 out of 10. The art in the series is okay, but there are occasionally frames that will just look a little weird to me. Take a look at Casey right here on the main cover. She has I don't know if it's just me, but she has really long limbs, way longer than I remember her having. She looks like Slenderman. And because of that, there are a couple just, panels that'll look weird occasionally, but I don't think most people care about that. Slight inconsistencies in the art like that. In terms of story, I don't even know how to really rate the story because it's... Story-wise, I'd actually probably give it a 6 out of 10. Just purely from a writing standpoint, because the story... It's not structured like a regular story, because like I said, there's kind of a lot of BS MacGuffins that get the main characters out of stuff, and they played off that was always a part of the lore. And for some things it works well, for other things it just seems like random BS. But the weird thing is that it doesn't really feel like the story takes a nosedive in writing quality because of these strange occurrences that help the characters. Because the Doom Patrol, in the show at least, was kind of an incompetent superhero team, and a lot of the time when they would get out of a situation with their lives, it was because they got really lucky with something that helped them, or because or just accidentally. Occasionally they are competent, but the point is that they're not that good at their job. But in this one, I feel like they made them better. But then again, this is also the most recent Doom Patrol run, and it keeps the continuity from the other ones, meaning that they've also already gone through all of this and a whole nother hardcover half that size before we even get to this one. So I guess they gained some sort of competency between then and now. But the series was enjoyable. You know, me giving it a 6 out of 10 in writing doesn't mean it was bad. It was lighthearted series. There are some things I don't like about it. You know, I don't like it with, like, okay, some of the characters are freaky, okay? Like, Casey Brink, first of all, they kind of tried to make her the new main character when originally it was Cliff. I don't know why. Everyone likes Cliff more still. But she's gay, bruh. Well, not even gay, because she's just a freak for real. Because, you see, where is she? This girl right here. I'm not going to explain why she's important to the plot, but Casey just gets freaky with her, like, very soon after meeting her. Her cat ends up turning humanoid, and she gets freaky with the cat. Like, damn, bitch, keep it in your pants. And another thing that's crazy about her relationship with her cat that I didn't even mention when in my first recording of this is that moment has zero plot significance whatsoever. They literally just put it in there to put it in there. Like, I don't know, bro. I like comic books, but if there's one thing that pisses me off, it's these gross-ass writers putting their poorly disguised fetish into their work. Like, bro, if you want to beat your meat, keep that shit to yourself, bro. I'm making all these characters freaky as shit. And it doesn't even have anything to do with the plot. Like, her relationship with this girl actually had something to do with the plot, at least. Her getting freaky with her cat, literally no reason. DC comic writer. Freak? Anyway, that's like the only thing I was like, you're really getting freaky with your cat after it turned humanoid? Like, that's some fucked up shit. I'm not even gonna lie. But it's Doom Patrol. Wacky shit happens, and you just kind of roll with it, and you don't take it too seriously, because despite there being really, really weird and kind of like a little bit gross and messed up things in the series when you think about it for too long, just don't think about it, honestly, because there's not any sort of super deep intellectual depth you can get out of Doom Patrol. Although I will say that the emotional payoffs for certain characters are written pretty well, especially in the show. But that's all I gotta say about the Doom Patrol Young Animal run. Snarf out.